Hey everybody, Felix Staffelbaker here. Wanted to make a video because I feel like we're entering a time where we could start to see people who suffer from EOS derangement syndrome. And a lot of times it'll be people who mistakenly invested in Ethereum at the top, lost all their money, and then get mad at something like the EOS protocol, or Cardano holders, or people who genuinely believe that they're doing the right thing and they're right people, and they get swindled out of their money when we go into a new system and it's offered 100 to 1, 100 of the new currency for $1 of the old currency, but it will be 1/100th of the value of the $1. So people will think that they are getting millions of dollars, but it might potentially not even be worth $100 in today's value. And that's going to cause great anguish. It's going to cause great instability. It's going to cause great chaos. But out of chaos often comes order, especially when we're talking about restructuring societies in a way that benefits the few and ultimately at the expense of the many. And so if you potentially saw EOS, any price really, and you were able to get your hands on some in the future when there's the only EOS available is block producer rewards, they will be extremely scarce, hard to come by, if not impossible. Especially, they're going to be held in trusts and endowments and C corps and S corps and all these different entities, and that won't allow the regular person to get involved, and that's going to create massive animosity and just literally an EOS derangement syndrome, where even though everything that they do in their life revolves around EOS and touches every database and every digital transaction across the globe, they'll be wondering why they aren't profiting from it and benefiting from it, and potentially even being hurt by it. If you're in a position where you have to take on transactions that are on this protocol, but you can't invest in the protocol itself, that's a detriment to your own wealth. And so I've taken the personal responsibility to ensure that my assets are correct and that I'm in the right position, so that when things are rolled out and mass adoption occurs, I won't be in a bitter mood or develop some sort of EOS derangement syndrome where I want to take it out on the infrastructure. That's when you're going to see people who are hackers and things try to come at this protocol, but we understand that it's a military grade protocol. It's from the jump had the ability and has battle tested through years of different types of hacks and things. And the only successful hack that EOS has ever had, and it was on an application, was designed by Yves LaRose from the EOS Network Foundation. I don't have proof that he was in there doing it himself, but we went over that ad nauseum, that the only logical explanation is it was allowed to happen to set the precedent. That's definitely up for people to interpret on their own, but that's how I see it, and that's how I view things going forward from that lens. So you have to understand that when I talk like that. And I just think that right now, is such a pivotal time to avoid unnecessary anguish and development of an EOS derangement syndrome. It could just be easily avoided with lunch money right now. But with the coming famines and everything and the inflation and all the good stuff, that the juicy goodies that Uncle Klaus Schwab has for us all, if you're not positioned right, you're going to be in a seriously tough spot. So I just want to put that out there, something to think about. Don't develop EOS derangement syndrome. Position yourself before, and you'll be much better off. Stoffel Baker out.